What if the real reason your life feels scattered is not because you are lazy, not because you are unmotivated, but because your mind has been quietly trained to crave noise, a kind of noise that steals your ability to think deeply, the kind of noise that keeps you busy but never fulfilled? Today, we are peeling back that illusion, because the truth is simple. If you can master your attention, you can change your entire life. And there is no skill more powerful than the ability to focus with depth. You are living in a world that wants your mind before it wants your money. A world that profits from your distraction, feeds on your scrolling, and grows stronger every time you lose another hour to shallow habits. You think you wake up every morning choosing how your life will go, but in reality, your attention is being auctioned in ways you do not always notice. And the shocking part is this: people who master deep work become the rare ones, the unstoppable ones. The ones who rise above noise because they understand something most people never learn. That attention is the real currency of achievement. Not talent, not motivation, not luck. Attention, the ability to lock in, go deep, and produce work that actually comes from the part of you most people never meet. The inner mind, the silent self, the version of you that is capable of brilliance when the noise finally steps aside. Deep work is not about working harder. It is about working with a level of presence that most people have forgotten. Think about your life for a moment. How many things have you started but never finished? How many dreams have you postponed because your mind was too fragmented to commit with depth? How many hours have disappeared into scrolling, switching, checking, and consuming without giving anything back to your future? And here is the uncomfortable truth: you cannot build a meaningful life with a scattered mind. You cannot reach your potential while living in mental fragments. You cannot create anything powerful while drifting from notification to notification. Deep work forces you to face this truth. It is the discipline of choosing depth over noise, clarity over confusion, intention over impulse. And it begins with understanding that your brain was never designed to multitask the way you have been forcing it to. Every time you switch tasks, your mind pays a cost, a real cost. You lose cognitive energy, decision strength, and the ability to enter what scientists call a high-focus flow state. This is why you feel drained after doing almost nothing. Your mind is paying attention taxes for tasks that are not even meaningful. Deep work rescues you from this invisible exhaustion. It teaches you the power of single focus. It helps you reclaim the mental clarity you lost in a world full of constant stimulation. And most importantly, it teaches you that your best work, your most creative ideas, your boldest breakthroughs, only appear when your mind descends beneath the surface level of thought. Because brilliance does not live on the surface, it lives in the depth. But you cannot reach depth accidentally. You must enter it deliberately. You must protect it fiercely. You must structure your life like someone who understands that attention is a limited resource and distraction is a silent thief. Deep work is not a productivity hack. It is a lifestyle decision, a psychological shift, a spiritual discipline, a personal rebellion against a world that has normalized shallow thinking. And the moment you choose it, everything in your life begins to change. You begin to notice how much noise you tolerate. You begin to see how often you escape discomfort by distracting yourself. You begin to feel the difference between being busy and being productive. And you start to realize something life-changing: that the greatest threat to your future is not failure. It is distraction. Distraction steals your potential more quietly than anything else. It convinces you that you have time. It blinds you to how much life you are losing in small moments of unconscious scrolling. It pulls you away from the one thing that truly changes your life: focus. When you commit to deep work, you start reclaiming what distraction stole. You reclaim your clarity. You reclaim your creativity. You reclaim your capacity to think original thoughts instead of recycled noise. This is why the rare people who practice deep work rise faster in any field. They think better. They create better. They solve problems others avoid. They succeed not because they work more but because they work deeper. Deep work is the difference between someone who barely gets by and someone who becomes irreplaceable. It is the difference between shallow output and meaningful achievement. It is the difference between drifting through life and consciously building a future. And once you understand this, you begin to see how deeply distracted society has become. You see people scrolling instead of thinking, reacting instead of creating, consuming instead of transforming. You see how many people are losing themselves in digital noise because it feels easier than facing their own potential. But you are not here to be like everyone else. You are here because some part of you knows there is a deeper version of yourself waiting to be unlocked. A more focused version. A more capable version. A version that is tired of shallow habits. A version desperate for clarity, discipline, and meaningful progress. Deep work is the doorway to that version of you. It forces your mind to sharpen. It forces your emotions to stabilize. It forces your creativity to awaken. It forces you to confront your resistance, your procrastination, your fear of failure, and your fear of success, because deep work exposes you to your deeper self. And that is why it transforms you. When you sit with one task for a long time, you begin to wrestle with yourself. You wrestle with impatience. You wrestle with boredom. You wrestle with the part of you that wants to check out instead of lean in. But once you push past that resistance, something beautiful happens. Your mind drops into a state where effort feels natural, where ideas unfold effortlessly, where problems make sense, where solutions reveal themselves. This is the magic of depth, and it is available to anyone willing to choose it. The reason most people never experience deep work is not that they are incapable. It is that they are too distracted to allow themselves the chance. They have built a lifestyle that steals their focus. They wake up checking their phones. They move through the day responding to everything. They let messages, updates, alerts, opinions, and online noise dictate their mental atmosphere. And by the end of the day, they wonder why they feel overwhelmed. They wonder why they feel mentally drained. They wonder why they made no progress on the goals that truly matter. Deep work teaches you to reverse this pattern. It teaches you to set boundaries that protect your mind. It teaches you to create time blocks where nothing enters your world except the task at hand. It teaches you to build a life that supports clarity instead of chaos. And here is the truth many people do not want to admit. Your environment shapes your focus more than your motivation does. Your digital habits shape your attention more than your intentions do. Your level of mental discipline determines the quality of your life more than any external factor. Deep work is how you reclaim control. It is how you protect your mind. It is how you rewire your habits. It is how you build a future defined by intention instead of impulse. And if you take this seriously, your life will transform in ways that will feel almost unreal. You will become faster at solving complex problems. You will become sharper in your thinking. You will become more confident in your abilities. You will become someone who accomplishes in a few hours what others struggle to complete in days. Because when you master depth, you stop working like everyone else. You start working like the rare ones. And the rare ones succeed. But deep work also changes something even more important. It changes how you feel about yourself. When you stay focused long enough to produce real work, you begin to build self-trust. You begin to believe in your own capabilities. You begin to feel a sense of internal strength. You begin to experience the pride that comes from pushing through resistance. This emotional confidence flows into every area of your life. Your habits improve. Your mindset sharpens. Your self-esteem rises. Your future becomes clearer. This is why deep work is not just a productivity philosophy. It is a blueprint for personal transformation. It shapes your mind, your emotions, your discipline, your identity. And the more you practice it, the more you become someone who no longer needs motivation to create. You become someone driven by purpose. Someone anchored in clarity. Someone built for depth. And before you leave this video, I want you to remember something. Nothing in your life will change until your attention changes. Nothing will elevate until your focus elevates. You are not waiting for motivation. You are not waiting for the perfect moment. You are waiting for yourself, your deeper self, the version of you that has been buried under noise, distraction, and shallow effort, the version of you that is capable of creating work that lasts, work that matters, work that pushes your life forward. So here is your challenge. For the next few days, choose one thing, one task, one goal, and give it the gift of depth. No multitasking, no switching, no escaping, just presence, just focus, just intention. And when you see how powerful that feels, you will understand why deep work is not optional. It is essential. If this message opens something inside you, if it reminded you of the version of yourself you are trying to become, then make sure you subscribe, because I create videos that challenge the way you think. the way you work, and the way you shape your future. And if you want more insights like this, hit the like button so this message reaches someone who needs it as much as you did. But more importantly, take a moment to reflect. Not tomorrow, not later now. Ask yourself one question. What is the one thing I need to go deep on before the noise steals another day from me? And when you answer that question, commit, because depth is not a skill you practice once. It is a life you choose repeatedly. Thank you for watching. Now go to the work that your future self will thank you for. Not shallow work, not noisy work, deep work. The kind of work that reshapes your destiny.